is Mary Solomon, and I'm in recovery. My sobriety date is September the 5th, 1991. I come up with my mother and my father. It was 6 children, 2 boys and 4 girls. And I wouldn't change anything about it. You know, we had beautiful vacations. We had beautiful Christmases. We did all kind of things. We went skiing, and there was nothing in there, my upbringing, to put me on the journey I went on. I could not blame my parents because I can't find anything that they did wrong, other than one particular day. And I tell this part of the story because it played a big role in my life. I come up, my mother and father, they had rules in the house. You could not leave. Somebody had to know where you were at all times. It was in the summertime. Going to the ice cream store with the girl up the street. She was a little older than me, and she told me to come walk to the ice cream store with her. And I did. When I come out of the ice cream store, my father was leaning up against the building and asked me what was I doing. He's looking at me and he's telling me to run. He's telling me to run, and he's swinging this extension cord. Run, run, and I'm running. But all of a sudden, I get to this house, and all these kids were sitting up on the top porch. And when I looked up and I seen the kids that I went to school with, it was like the cool family. And I refused to run past this house. I stopped running. I was not going to run past that house and let the kids see my father whipping me with the extension cord. So I stopped running. Now, before then, he had never hit me with the cord. He was just chasing me home. And I gave him one of those looks, like I'm not running. He looking at me and I'm looking at him, and he started to begin to hit me with the extension cord. And he hit me, and I even slowed down. So as I'm walking past this house, this man is whipping me in front of these people, but I won't run. And he's hollering, run. And I will not run past that house. I did not run past that house. I did not run past the next house. He whipped me till I was bleeding with this cord. But when I was coming across St. Clair, as he was hitting me with this cord, because by the time I got to St. Clair, he couldn't catch me no more. When I ran across the street, he could not catch me. He was behind me now. Guess he was tired, I don't know. I vowed he or no other man will ever beat me down in life. I'm not going to take that. So, September the 1st, 1975, I had been drinking some gin. I normally didn't drink. And I was drinking some gin, celebrating my birthday. And my play cousin came by. We had an Afghan dog. He had a 74 Eldorado. And he wanted to walk the dog. I said, well, let's trade cars. He had a 74 drop top Eldorado. I give him the Afghan dog. He give me the Eldorado. And all of a sudden, my husband say, Ronald, I won't use his last name. He said, come on, Ronald want to split a bag with you. Mind you, I've been telling this man no for over a year. I've been saying, no, that'll eat up your bank account. But I had been drinking that night, and I was driving that Eldorado, and it just was big fun. Big, big, big fun. And me, Ronald, and Harold got high. And when we got high, I passed out. And I told him I didn't remember any of it. Let's do it again. And from that day till September the 5th, 1991, I used heroin every day. And the only time I didn't use, I was either in jail or an institution to beat me up real bad. And time is going to move on, and it's going to be husband after husband and situations. I get laid off from work. I got 4 children. All the brand new cars and all of that is gone. None of it's there. I know I could do better than this. I was raised better than this. I know I could do better than this. But I'm doing this dope. My oldest son is very angry at me. My oldest son left and went to live with my mother when he turned 16. He was in high school. He said, these supposed to be the best years of my life. And I'm not going to let you ruin them. And he left. There was a lot of things going on at my house. I always kept my own roof over my head. But, when he left, a man that got stabbed in the house. Things are not going to get any better. I don't have to sit here and go through each husband or each relationship, but it is horrible. I'm in Alcoholics Anonymous, and I tell them all the time, it's not how much I drank, it's what it did to me when I drank. I'm using these drugs. I'm doing cocaine now. I'm shooting cocaine, heroin, drinking wine, and I meet this other guy. When I meet him, he gonna get my job back in Ford, because I've been laid off work 7 years. And when I get my job back in Ford, I thought that would be my problem. I could straighten my life out. All I had to do was go back to work and everything would fall in line. But it didn't come out like that. I went back to work, say within 6 months, I'm robbing people I work with. And on Friday, I might go up to that bar and they telling them, don't leave with her, she's gonna rob you. I'm robbing the men, and then on Monday, I got to go back in this plant and work with these men. And it is horrible. They chasing me around the plant. They telling people I don't took their money. My sisters and brothers and my mother, none of them, they can't even see me no more. They can't see me, they see a junkie. I'm in a vicious cycle, and I cannot stop this. They keep telling me something wrong with me. I catch a case. I keep going back and forth downtown to the Justice Center. I meet this lawyer. The lawyer name is Hernandez. He tell me he gonna save my life. He said, I'm gonna be the best thing to ever happen to you. You watch. I told him to get in line. My sister had been trying to save my life all my life. My sister had went back to school. She had quit her job. She had been at the bank for 19 years. She quit her job and went back to school to study and to get me off drugs and alcohol. And the other day, I told her, it was 3 of us. She said, but the other 3, but you had them babies. You had them babies up in the house. I went back to school to get you. They fall in. Wow. He took me in front of the judge 3 times. Every time he took me in front of the judge, he told me, I can't take you in front of the judge like that. You drunk. It's 9 o'clock in the morning and I'm drunk. He say, she gonna send you to the penitentiary. And when I say drunk, that means real high. Real high. The 3rd time I came down there, I wasn't high. I had a drink, but I wasn't high that morning. And when I went in front of the judge, she said, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you to Marysville for 1 year. I get out August the 26th. I went June the 26th. I got out August the 26th. And I come home, and 3 days later, the police looking for me again. My mother said, the police been by here looking for you. I knew that if you start going to jail and get numbers, you continue to go to the penitentiary. I was tired. I said, I'm not going back. I said, this is what I'm getting ready to do. I had always went to treatment. And when I got out of treatment, I always wanted to go one more time. So I said, why don't you go one more time before you go in treatment? Then you won't have to ever go one more time. Now, I don't know why I never thought of that before. But that worked for me. I went in treatment high, but I never found it necessary to use again. I have 10 grandkids, and none of them have never seen me drink or drug. These kids love me, and they think I'm the best. God just changed my life, when he cleaned me up, because I know he's a mind regulator. Because I don't take medication today. And if you hear the story, I told you I lost my mind out there. I couldn't find me. God cleaned me up. My baby brother has 31 years. My oldest sister has 21 years. And I have 30. I am really, really proud of me today. My life is real decent. I'm in church. They call me Sister Solomon. That makes me really smile. I thank my family. I thank my sisters and brothers. I thank my church home. And I thank AA for helping me save my life. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.